You never said what you want from me. You overcomplicated everything. So the best of you, but I'm not naive. Thought praying we'd help your self-esteem. You only come around when you want something from me. You weren't the one I prayed for. If I knew this wasn't you were gonna be, I wouldn't have stayed so long. I got my ex crying again cause he not with me. He said he can't stop thinking about me. Obviously, oh, you did it to yourself. Only thinking to yourself. Like I don't matter, then apologize after. Oh, you did it to yourself. Only thinking to yourself. Nothing else matters to the 11th hour. And it's too late now to change your mind. Change your mind. Change your mind. And it's too late now to change your mind. Change your mind. Change your mind. Oh, saying you love me now is not enough.
Raggedy bitch.
Saying you love me now is not
What it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday evening. I know some of y'all are probably watching the game saying, what is this nigga doing on right now? So shout out to y'all, some of y'all watching the game while I'm interrupting that. And yeah, but I am your host from the most chill motherfucking Murray. Live from the Spot Podcast. Shout out to everybody tuning in. We're not tuning in. You know how we do and how we rock. Yes, sir. Miss Goddess Nish. How you doing? What's going on? I put my multi-stream on early so I can see y'all ahead of time. Because the last few times I keep forgetting that we on YouTube too. So I keep forgetting to switch it from Twitch to the multi-stream. So shout out to everybody tuning in. Fury B, what it do? What it do? What it do? All right. So once again, happy Friday to everybody. Happy Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Y'all know we don't never get shit. So I'm not a father, but y'all know fathers don't never get shit. And hopefully y'all do get something this weekend other than pussy. Ladies, pussy is not a gift. Head is not a gift. Get a card. You want to use your credit card. Do something. Do something. You know what I mean? Do something. Do something for the fathers out there. But shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to y'all. Baby daddies and husbands alike. Okay, those on child support and those on not. Found out an interesting topic factor. More white men are on child support than black men. I did not know that. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Now, more white women receive child support than black women, but more white men are on child support than black men. I did not know that. That was an interesting factor there. So, no excuses, brothers. No excuses. Hey, you're right. These things are not gifts. That's right. Those things are not gifts. Pussy is not a gift. So, speaking of pussy being a gift, apparently, Miss Pound Town decided to give a gift to someone's face with a pole in an airport. And I am trying to figure out why on earth did we see Sexy Red in a Newark airport brawling, hitting people with poles and shit. I, for the likes of me, could not figure that part out. But her and her bonnet were seen in the Newark, New Jersey airport swinging on people in a brawl, picking up the big ass pole that hold the rope and shit. Matter of fact, Miss Sexy Red was getting it in. She about that. She about that life. Look at this. Look. See her? Look at this. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck. She done dropped the pole and her phone. Oh, that's her crock. She had her crock. So apparently, now this little. Now I'm just gonna assume what's going on here with the pole and shit. I'm just gonna assume that either someone got into her bag or someone was trying to skip the line. that's what I'm gonna assume here. But either way, I don't know what was called for her to pick that up and start telling people back the fuck up with it. That crock is flying on the air. She got that bag though. That Louis bag didn't go nowhere. You seen that, right? Do all the mayhem. Do all that damn mayhem. That Louis bag ain't go nowhere. Crock flying through the air, pole up, landing. That Louis bag stayed attached to that arm. Wigs is flying. Look at that. Shorty got her wig and her hand swinging it. She had her wig and her hand swinging at niggas. Word, she went home with the wig as the souvenir. Well, no, that was her wig, I think. Oh, no, it wasn't her wig. Actually, you're right. It wasn't her wig. She took somebody's wig. She took somebody's wig. You right, Pretty B. She took somebody's wig. I thought she took her shit off. Look, yeah, she got up with the wig. She's about to use the wig as the weapon. And security. Okay, so she is with them. All right, so apparently it was against these people here. So now we have further context of who was versus who. Let's look furthermore about who was winning the fight. Okay, so all right, Green getting snatched up. Green hoodie got snatched up and beat the fuck up down there. Oh, his ass is hanging down there. Yeah, he got beat up the worst. All right, so Green lost. Yeah, Team Green definitely lost. Damn, yeah, Team Green definitely lost on the count of the wig was lost, as well as that man was raped. It's down there, so yeah, Team Green has lost. Whoever Sexy Red was fighting, they lost. Needless to say. And Sexy Red was ready to risk it all with this pole. I'm telling you. How people had to tell you, get the back up with the pole, Sexy. Back up with the damn pole. We don't need you to do that. We got this. You back the hell up. Sexy Red is with the shits. Look at her. She is still front line. She is still front line. Look at him. Look at homie peeking in the back out the door. You supposed to be security. What are you doing? Look, Sexy Red still ready to fight. They trying to get TSA trying to get her back. TSA trying to get her on the plane. She's still ready. She is still ready to fight. Yeah, they are trying to get Sexy Red on the plane still. I think I've seen that TSA worker before too. Ain't he the guy that got punched in the face before and slid across the floor? He been in some shit this year, I tell you. Look, why are you coming back out? Oh boy, oh shit! That a boyfriend then came back out, had to snatch Sexy Red. How the fuck? Wait a minute. When is Sexy? Oh, that's what she did. Okay, I was like, where did she come from? She snuck up under there. She snuck up under and whoever she was trying to get to. I tell you, what? That's what I want to know. Who was she trying to get to? Because she wasn't trying to hear it. That's the first time she snuck out and he had to snatch her up. Then she broke out again. And she was, wait, his shirt is off, so what the hell is going on back there? Yeah, see, now he in cuffs. She about to get arrested. Oh my goodness. Yes, promote her to head of security for grabbing that damn wig. Promote her to head of security. For real. But ABC News had some more on it. So, Newark, New Jersey rapper Sexy Red was arrested after a huge brawl at Newark International Airport over the weekend. The Port Authority Police Department responded to a fight at Terminal C, Gate 82, around 1:20 a.m. on Saturday. Surveillance cameras captured the moment 26-year-old Janae Worry, who goes by the stage name Sexy Red, is seen jumping into the fight and throwing punches. She even picks up a pole and swings it. It's unknown what caused the melee, but Port Authority police jumped in and arrested Red and two men she was with. They ain't jumping shit. They waited till it was over. That lies they tell. they were identified as 36-year-old Leslie Baptiste and 26-year-old Carl Thompson. Both were arrested for assault, while Red was arrested for disorderly conduct. Oh, good. They only got her in disorderly conduct, because she didn't really hit nobody. She was just attempting to. The two male victims were taken to University Hospital for minor injuries to their head. I don't know how they got injured. They was delivering the ass whooping. How they got injured? Oh well. Yeah. So Sexy Red, and this is about 3 days ago now, so I was waiting to hear something actually back. I was waiting to see what happens. Yeah, hood girls do what hood girls gonna do. What it do, King? What it do, King Ozma? What it do, my brother? Hood girls is gonna do what hood girls do. But yeah, Miss Sexy Red has been in jail for the past 3 days, y'all. And like I said, no story has developed as far as what caused the melee or what brawl. No, of course, nobody telling, nobody. Like I said, from what I've seen, Sexy Red and them won. Her team won. Okay. Well, yes, as a person, especially after this shit. She got me as a fan. Picking up that pole, she got me as a fan, for sure. And she with the shits. Like I said, you saw it was not once, not twice. It was 3 times. Whoever said something to her, she was making sure she got to. It was about 3 different times her ass got through that door and was ready to whip somebody's ass. Whoever was saying something to her, she was making sure. That's what that was some hood chick shit. She was getting out that door to get what you said to whoever. Speaking of with the shits.
A father of a 3-month-old son sucker punched a comedian on stage for making a vile sexualized joke before the show. A father of a 3-month-old son sucker punched a comedian on stage for making a vile sexualized joke before the show.
Dime ahora los comentarios de mi hijo, basura, ahora, ¿qué decías que iba a comer un negro? Mi hijo que iba a comer pollas, con 3 meses, basura, ¿ahora qué? Dímelo a la cara, aquí ahora, dímelo ahora. Perdonad, lo siento, os pido perdón. Soy únicamente un padre que defiende a sus hijos. Ha hecho comentarios sexualizantes de mi hijo de 3 meses. Eso tiene sus consecuencias. No, ahora vas y me denuncias. Ya está. Es que mira, es que te callo.
Click subscribe and follow for more such stories.
So, apparently, the comedian on stage made a very, very, very inappropriate joke. A comedian in Spain had got cracked after making a sexual joke about another guy's baby boy, with Papa Bear showing up at one of the shows and letting his fist fly. The brutal attack played out on camera Monday night in Madrid, where comic Jamie Caravaca was doing a stand-up act in the middle of the show. However, Alberto Pugalato rushed the stage and confronted the gentleman, squaring up and, landing that few punches there. And, been described as a far-right activist, Mr. Alberto, and is very active on social media. He's accused Jamie of making a dirty joke about his 3-month-old on Twitter and told stunned onlookers he was just a father defending his son. Now, a couple of days before the attack, Alberto had posted an image of him and his 3-month-old son. Jamie's reply really had pissed off the father, of course, in which we saw what happened this evening.
A father of a 3-month-old son sucker punched a comedian on stage for making a vile sexualized joke before the show.
Estos los comentarios pedófilos que ha hecho de mi hijo, Dime ahora los comentarios de mi hijo, Basura, ahora, ¿Qué decías que iba a comer un negro? Mi hijo que iba a comer pollas, Con 3 meses, Basura, ¿ahora qué? Dímelo, dímelo a la cara, aquí ahora, dímelo ahora. Perdonad, lo siento, os pido perdón. Soy únicamente un padre que defiende a sus hijos. Ha hecho comentarios sexualizantes de mi hijo de 3 meses. Eso tiene sus consecuencias. No, ahora vas y me denuncias. Ya está. Es que mira, es que te callo.
Click subscribe and
So, karma came quick around the bend for the comedian. And I don't know why they captioned it sucker punch. That was far from a sucker punch. That was a straight up Will Smith, Chris Rock moment. And he walked up to him and looked him dead in his eye. You, sir. Bop. That was no sucker punch. That was you know who I am. And I'm here to address what you have said earlier, sir. I am a father. Okay? So, this video, once again, is for all the fathers and happy Father's Day. Because you do not make pedophile jokes about anybody's kid, number one. Number two, you don't do it about a 3-month-old. You don't do that. So, of course, the writing is in a different language, so we can't necessarily, it's in Madrid, Spain. So it was in Spanish. But translation for it was the fact that he made, the pedophile joke was basically, Mr. Jamie here was holding his son and his 3-month-old, and the comedian had made a pedophile joke about him holding his son. And, of course, he saw that on Twitter and decided to approach him at the show. As you hear the wife saying, all right, that's it, let's go. Wife brought him there with the shits. So, apparently he saw where he was going to be at. He wasn't there to see no show. He was there to bring the show. Okay? As a father, he did all right, though. Yes, definitely. Mine too. Because, like I said, this gentleman did right. And I'm glad he wasn't arrested. It's Spain, okay? They ain't arrest this man for this. They did it. As you can see, security was like, all right, get your shit off. Don't hit us. But get your shit off. All right, you good now, brother? You got to get some more licks in? Go ahead, do what you gotta do, but get the fuck on out so he can continue his show. He's still gonna continue the show, but you get your licks off. As calm as a bitch, and it came right to him, right to his motherfucking doorstep. Right, wife should just slap him one time. We'll go. He made sure he got a couple of licks in there though. He made sure he got a couple of licks in there. So yeah, so I was gonna talk about Quincy, but Mr. Quincy had did so. Just quick explanation. Y'all seen Quincy's music video with him being the clown? Of course, I can't necessarily play it because of the copyright reasons, but Quincy did a happy birthday video of himself doing the clown, and I'll just briefly talk about it. So, oh shit, wrong one. But so he's basically just doing this in his clown makeup, right? Some of y'all might have seen it. Birthday song. Some of y'all might have seen this. Some of y'all might not have seen it. But when I saw this, I said, this is a gentleman that, is definitely acknowledging the fact that this is literally what he looked like in his birthday song to himself. And this is a man that is pretty much just, acknowledging at this point the actions of his father. Or should I say the actions of his stepfather. And it's kind of sad to me. It is kind of sad that, Quincy pretty much is at realization point with all of his superstardom that he's realizing how much it was more so given to him. He is a very hard-working kid. Very hard-working kid. Does a lot of hard work behind the scenes. The only thing that is, the unfortunate factor for him is the allegations of his father have hindered his traction, so to speak, moving around in Hollywood. I mean, how could it not? It's already hindered your brothers. It's definitely hindered Christian. Your brother's making diss songs to the FBI. I mean, what are we doing here? Then your other brother, Justin, has his own case, as well as Christian. You are the only brother out of all of them that aren't in anything, basically. You aren't said to be in anything except for a video with Ava Baroni, and even in that video, it's compromising to your father still, because Ava Baroni is said to be missing. And you are right there in the video. Then your sister's being in the video with Ava and all these pictures with Ava Baroni. You're starting to realize the world that is around you. And like I said, prayers up for Mr. Quincy, man. Prayers up for the homie Quincy. It's one of those, like I said, it's an unfortunate thing to see the young man, like I said, in this self-realization moment at such young age to be dealing with his family. And then the icing on the cake, your mother, his mom, Kim Porter. You are coming to the realization that your stepfather has had possibly, allegedly, something to do with the unaliving of your mother. That is a tough thing to grasp. So like I said, I could understand, the video of him with the clown makeup. Him feeling like the joke is on him. Like I said, at such a young age to be dealing with all of this and still show up on a video saying, hey, I'm okay, there's no Amber Alert for me. I know y'all think I'm missing, but I'm just working behind the scenes. So now you're saying to yourself, okay, he's really going through a double, if not triple grieving process right now. The loss of your entire family, pretty much, around you, is compromised and compromising your entire life. Like I said, both of your brothers have a case. Your father is about to go to trial. Your mother has been unalived allegedly by your father. Your actual father just came out of a coma. I feel for the kid. And that's why I said before in a couple of pods ago, Quincy, go home. And I don't mean Diddy's house. Go home. Go to Al B. Shore. Go be with your father. Go seek the truth. And you and him go to church together. I'm serious. I know we came here to have fun this evening, but sometimes we do have to serious it out a little bit. But yeah, Quincy needs to go home and find himself again, because it ain't in LA. That song by Kanye West, matter of fact, with Kendrick Lamar, ironically. No more parties in LA. No more parties in LA. Please, baby, no more parties in LA. That song resonates heavier and heavier and heavier by the day when you think of those Diddy parties. Just looking at his picture, you know. No more parties in LA, Quincy. Get out of LA. Just get out of LA. But that was pretty much my take on. Like I said, we don't have to go through the video. But that was just my, thoughts on, the Quincy happy birthday song. Like I said, when I saw it, it was a tearjerker for me, because I was like, he's really an acknowledgement of it. Having the clown makeup on him, it was just so. It was euphoric, him seeing him that way. That's the best way I could describe it. It was euphoric seeing him in his own self-realization. Like, yeah, I get it. Joke's on me, but I'm gonna still keep pushing. That's what I got from it. But speaking of which, 50. Speaking of jokesters, Mr. 50 Cent, right? So he apparently, and this was rather interesting. So, how many people actually remember him having the lawsuit back in December? How many people remember him having that $1 billion lawsuit? So, he had reportedly was being sued for $1 billion over the power thing. So there was a guy named Corey Ghost Holland, and as you know, there's a character in the show called Ghost, the main character, right? So this is one of those Rick Ross situations. So remember I talked about before where Freeway Rick Ross, Snowfall is actually about Freeway Rick Ross. Same thing happened here with Corey Ghost Holland. 50 Cent, apparently, allegedly, the entire power is about Corey Ghost Holland in his life. And when Corey confronted 50, 50 apparently took it upon himself to do what 50 does, allegedly. Right? So, Corey had filed a lawsuit, right? And this was the lawsuit. It was actually done back in August. It says right here, Corey Darnell Holland Sr. versus Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And the plaintiff, Corey Darnell Holland, brings this action alleging that defendant 50 Cent retaliated against him for filing an earlier lawsuit. That would be the Jackson versus Lionsgate Entertainment films. So, according to the United States Marshals, the Marshals attempted service on June 2nd last year, but Jackson could not be served because, get this, the address provided was no longer valid. So he had avoided it for a while. Slick ass. Because Holland has been granted permission to proceed in former properties, he is entitled to rely on the court in the U.S. Marshal Service to effect service. So then he got to proceed with the whole thing. But again, 50 is Master Splinter. This article comes out today where 50 Cent says his life is threatened by the former drug lord currently suing the rapper for $1 billion. So 50 was able to spin the whole narrative and say 50 Cent's life has been threatened by a former drug kingpin who is currently suing the television producer for $1 billion. Corey Ghost Holland Sr. filed the lawsuit against Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Courtney Kemp stars in Lionsgate in 2021 for allegedly basing a majority of Power's premise around his life without his permission. Since the former hustler claims the G-Unit boss has sent goons to harass him, as well as family members, if a motherfucker gets killed because your motherfucking client threatened me and my family, file a motherfucking motion for that. I ain't playing with you motherfucking client no more. Next time he or anyone he sends pull up, fuck the litigation. Read the statement from Holland to Jackson's reps obtained by All Hip Hop. 50 Cent plays games with people's lives. He humiliates people. He comes to their homes, then plays a victim. He's constantly in somebody's mess. Plaintiff was warned. 50 Cent, he ain't no entertainer. Here goes 50 Cent in danger. Drug pen vows to kill rapper $1 billion. 50 Cent and 50 Cent's legal reps have since responded, expressing their concern with the violent nature of the statement to Judge Analisa Torres. This language can only be understood as a threat of violence against Mr. Jackson and his counsel. They informed the court, we are also in the process of notifying the relevant local authorities. As for Holland, he insists that 50 has made attempts to intimidate him into dropping his suit, alleging he was threatened by the rapper's henchmen while at a gas station. He also claims he's been forced to relocate his mother. Plaintiff had to up and move his mother from her state out of fear that 50 Cent was going to harm her and me. Plaintiff tries to protect himself and deal with the constant pressure and fear that is real. A letter to the judge from Holland had read. And reps for 50 Cent have dismissed Holland's claims of stealing his life story, of course, for Power, claiming all characters were fictional. Holland claims that the storylines were exact depictions of his life that stemmed from a series of recordings he'd done in 2007 to discourage at-risk youth from following in his footsteps, warning them about the dangers of street life. This is not one of those lawsuits from a deranged fan or somebody trying to capitalize on someone else's success. Holland had wrote within his original complaint, this is about the actual theft of my life and the damages that have been done, as well as the profits that the defendants have made from stealing and telling my life story without my consent. So, needless to say, that might not be the last that we're hearing of a 50 Cent lawsuit. Yeah, pretty much. Are we moving like that? I got something for your ass. Exactly. Master Spinner. And the move was just genius. Because I'm sitting here saying to myself, like, oh, so that's why your ass got an apartment. That's why you keep getting apartments. You slick ass nigga. you slick nigga. That's some queen shit. that's some queen shit right there. My nigga said, you know what? I know how to finagle this. I'm gonna get apartments. I ain't gonna get no house. I ain't gonna have no mortgage. I'm gonna have an apartment. That shit ain't attached to me. I can just leave. I can just leave. Pay that shit off back when I leave. Smart man, yo. Smart man, yo. I'm telling you. I am telling you. But speaking of 50 Cent and power, Mr. Michael Rainey. Alright, y'all. We got about 21 people in here, including Fury B and King. We about to have a discussion, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe. I don't usually say that shit, but apparently I have to be in the algorithm. So make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Please smash the likes up if y'all love me, please. If you don't love me, or just like me, or tolerate me, just hit the like button. Anyway, Mr. Michael Rainey was essayed this week. And needless to say, it was a very interesting one. This is going to be a very interesting topic here. Because it happened on a gentleman called Lil Tyler show, right? Now, Lil Tyler does a show, Lil Tyler show, excuse me, let me say that right. Lil Tyler has a show, and he's pretty much a friend of another streamer, Kai Cenat. Now, he had started his own stream recently, which had a pretty cool trailer, I want to say also. I do like the show. I do like the idea of the show. The whole reality of the hood, just hanging out on in the hood, somebody's, you know what I'm saying, crib in the hood type vibe. I do like that whole aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? However, you do have to learn how to control your atmosphere in certain situations, especially when it comes to your family being actually there. Now, it just so happens his actual sister was there and was a huge fan of Michael Rainey. So, this would be the very first time that she would actually meet him.
Yo! Oh my God! No!
Now, notice this, right?
Yo!
This is Lil Tyler's little sister right here hugging him. But now, watch this.
Yo! Oh my God!
Watch it again.
Oh my God!
Of course, she did not really faint, but it was more of a dramatic hug, if you will. A very over-dramatic hug that would lead to her later coming back in. Now, of course, there wasn't too much video footage on this, but that would lead to her later coming back in saying, "You really want to go viral? Give me a banana." That would then lead to her doing this.
Man has worked a job, has more than $1 million. Y'all never worked, y'all never did nothing. Y'all literally have 5 minutes of max in here. Then y'all gotta get out, okay?
5 minutes? You know how much 5 minutes is?
Okay?
Yeah.
No, they
So, and of course, he had no idea what in the hell was happening. Now, in the longer footage of it, some people came on camera. She left the room. And of course, they let Lil Tyler know what was going on. But if you didn't realize what was happening
has more
here,
than $1 million. Y'all never.
Lil Tyler's sister grabbed Mr. Michael Rainey by his G, okay? But it was very inappropriate in a moment. Extremely inappropriate in a moment, mainly because you have kids there. On top of, like I said, we're going to have a real conversation here on this. as we had this paused. On top of, we just seen the feint, right? The fake feint that you did when you came in there, right? Then you come in there saying, while Michael's there, if you really want to go viral, give me a banana. You then come back and grab the wee wee. Now, this was, see, here's where I kind of blame Lil Ty Lil. Because after the feint, you should have known better and to lock that door. After she did that hug to Michael, you should have locked that door and barred her from the room. You should have known your sister better than anyone in that moment. It shouldn't have even made it to strike 2. That's just being honest. It should not have made it to strike 2 on that one. When it got to strike 2 of her asking for a banana to go viral, and even Miss Kitty back there saying, what in the hell is going on? Adults are back there saying, wait a minute, what is going on here? At that point, you should have locked that door again. She came back in there and said that shit, and you had to kick her out, literally kick her out, after she said that wild shit with the banana. After you kicked her out that second time, that door should have been locked. You should have addressed her then. Said, hey, you can't be saying no shit like that. As my little sister, you should not be saying nothing like that. As my little sister, you should not be saying nothing like that. That was the second strike, and he should have nipped in the bud. It should have not gotten to this third strike. Because apparently, no fucks were given. No fucks were given. You hear me? If she felt the need to grab that shit in front of the 3 other kids that were little girls at that, she did not care. She grabbed it and made shit. The crazy thing was she knew how sneaky she was to the camera. She knew she was so off. She knew she was just enough off camera, and her hand was just enough behind the kids to where she could do what she did. The topic that I really want to have right now, the discussion I really want to have right now is, let me know in the comments and in the chat right now. Let me know right now, men and women, how many of y'all thought this was SA? And how many of y'all also thought that, we're going to divide this too. How many of y'all thought this was SA? And how many of y'all thought Michael didn't care? We're going to divide that in the chat right now. Or in the comments, whatever have you. Now, we're going to divide it like that because we're going to play devil's advocate with the second one. Reason why I want to play devil's advocate with the second one is that face right there. Not this one, but that one. And that one. And that one. Reason why I would like to pause it now on that one in particular is because, like I said before, if we're going to play devil's advocate on it, let's also be real about this situation here. I want to also get a honest answer in the comments. How many men have had this happen to them? An honest answer too. How many men have had this happen to them? Now, I unfortunately have had it happen. But How many men have actually had this happen to them? Now, reason why I want to ask that question is because I notice how many times this would happen to men and women don't say anything. I notice how many times this comes up and all of a sudden the double standard is applied to it. Although he liked it. Did he? Does it look like he liked it? Some people would say he did. But there's a lot of people would say he was very uncomfortable and didn't know what to do in the moment as well. Now, we don't know what was said by the sister. But I would like to point out what 50 Cent had also said and had taken down. Because he also had faced backlash for what he had said in a since deleted post about the situation. Let me take myself down real quick so y'all can see. It says on his Instagram, and he screenshotted the post, wait, sexual assault? From a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL. He's fine. He's fine. No charges are being pressed. Of course, he tagged his Branson cognac and merch. Right? Now, of course, he faced a lot of backlash for that, in which he responded and said, I registered that as a form of flattery. I have accepted that from female fans my whole career, but okay, you're right, guys. Put her in jail, whatever floats your boat. He had also said, most of the time it is easy for people to find the humor in 50 Cent's jokes about seriousness, but this week's reaction basically to Michael Rainey Jr. had been groped on camera was no laughing matter. So he basically didn't... he wasn't saying sorry, but he did understand the ramifications of what he said as well. Now, Michael Rainey, of course, had addressed the situation. So at this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I'm still in shock. Don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know it would be serious trouble if the roles were reversed. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We're all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. Which was a very appropriate response as well, in which Lil Lil would also go on to make his response as well. It says, after the actions that occurred during my stream last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her actions. I completely respect whatever direction Michael wants to go in this situation. After watching the clip, I was completely taken back by what she had done. I will take extreme precautions with future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. I do not condone any type of assault. And that was Lil Lil's response. But he also had took to his...
That shit really got me really feeling away because, bro, I be around celebrities all day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even when I first started being my first few celebrities, don't get me wrong, I do unusual shit. No homo. Like, nothing crazy. Like, I'll be like, yo, like, I be trying to record, get a video, a picture. That shit really got me really feeling away because, bro, I be around celebrities all day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even when I first started being my first few celebrities, don't get me wrong, I do unusual shit. No homo. Like, nothing crazy. Like, I'll be like, yo, like, I be trying to record, get a video, a picture, whatever. But due time, you feel what I'm saying? That shit don't really mean nothing to you. We all equal, we all the same. but she never seen somebody that caliber, so she start. You feel what I'm saying? And that's my sister, so like I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her. I'm gonna just check and tell her like you don't gotta be on it. We all the same, we all human. If he's here for me, he's here for you. Family Sunday dinner shit every Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? I got people telling me you gotta be aware who you have around when these type of people come. Why should I? We all equal. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be, we all got a mutual agreement, and it's about respect. Shit got me dumb mad, bro. Like, nothing ever got me more mad than this, bro.
And rightfully so, because you have to understand. Because now when other people come there, you definitely have to have some type of paperwork. You definitely have to have some type of paperwork. Number two, now people have to be cautious of your sister being around there. People have to be cautious of these things. And, you know, this is one of those things that is a very delicate situation. Because you have, of course, and that was why I said you can play devil's advocate with this particular situation. Because even reading from Michael Rainey Jr.'s statement about what happened, and 50 Cent's deleted posts, we have to also be very honest here about certain things. Yes, it was a sexual assault committed on camera. At the same time, who's not to say that Michael Rainey Jr. did not accept the aggressive advance? That also has to come into play in thought as well. But on the honest side, like I said, it's a very serious matter when she is, like I said, jeopardizing Lil Ty Lil's endorsements, Lil Ty Lil's further shows and streams. Something like that, of course, has to be taken down from YouTube immediately. I'm not sure how Twitch and Rumble work as far as their copyrights. Oh, no, it's not copyrights. As far as their policies go. But I'm sure something like that, of course, like I said, affects everyone when it's being talked about in the manner that it's being talked about in. Of course, you have to also be conscious of, you have to read the room. Got Diddy cases and shit going on out here. The Dream, Kanye, everybody got sexual assault cases going on out here. And then your sister is pulling that shit on stream with a very popular star that his show is on right now. And I can see this is in the postseason of Power. The show just came back. So he's in the public light right now, and your sister is doing that while he's on your stream. Does not look good for Lil Ty Lil doing that. Not him doing that, but his sister doing that. And furthermore, like I said, he needs to be way more conscientious of the surroundings. It does need to be a more organized situation. It can look like a free-for-all, of course, look like a regular hood party, whatever things is going to happen. Yes. Same time, that cannot happen. Especially not with little kids around. That cannot happen, definitely. It happening right in front of you, talking to your 3 little nieces or girls right there, that was just... that was just pure disgusting. Pure disgusting. The act itself was disgusting. Because once again, when you have the roles reversed, you think of Donald Trump. When the roles are reversed, you think of grabbing by the pussy, right? That's what happened there. Keep your hands to yourself. Nobody should touch nobody when they don't want to be touched. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. What she did was absolutely wrong. There's ways of going about letting Michael know that you like him. That was the worst way of doing it. The absolute worst way. It was very hood in the absolute worst way. But that was basically my take on the Michael Rainey situation. Now, of course, that wouldn't be the only. Of course, we would have to now get into what happened earlier this week, which would be this Young Thug case. This Young Thug case done got pretty interesting, I'll tell you that. Especially this damn week. So, if y'all don't know, it kind of started with Young Thug's attorney turning shit up and getting held in contempt. I don't want to use arrested. He just got held in contempt. He didn't really get arrested. Got put in some handcuffs and exited out. They ain't really getting arrested. Okay. But he got held in contempt. He was held in contempt because he had found out about a secret meeting that they were having.
The YSL trial is taking a dramatic twist here tonight. Rapper Young Thug's attorney ordered to serve time in jail. I'm Blair Miller.
I'm Sean Gables. He'll spend nearly 3 weeks behind bars for criminal contempt.
Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery was the only reporter to speak with the person who is representing that attorney about this decision tonight. Madeline?
Brian Steele's attorney is actually the same woman who initiated the removal of District Attorney Fani Willis from the Georgia election interference case against former President Donald Trump. She believes she'll be able to appeal tonight's decision.
Mr. Steele, I am going to hold you still hold you in summary criminal contempt.
Not the decision many in the courtroom were expecting.
I was surprised by a couple things. First, that the judge held him in contempt.
About a dozen defense attorneys showed up to support Brian Steele, who's representing rapper Young Thug in his criminal racketeering case.
Anytime a member or a criminal defense lawyer is making a motion in good faith and they're being shut down by the judge and threatened with jail, that's scary.
The reason Steele was held in contempt by Judge Ural Glanville?
The judge was having ex parte communications with the district attorney and a witness. That means he was talking to the district attorney and the witness without anyone from the defense being present. And that is generally considered improper. So Mr. Steele found out about that. He made a motion for a mistrial, and the judge demanded that Mr. Steele reveal that source.
Steele's punishment?
I'm going to order that you be taken into custody, incarcerated at the Fulton County Jail for no more than 20 days for this contempt. Those 20 days consisting of every weekend for the next 10 weekends.
I think it went well. I mean, anytime you walk out of court with your client, that is a good thing. And I do think that the appellate courts will take interest in this and will probably be able to overturn it.
If the decision isn't appealed, Steele has to turn himself into the Fulton County Jail this Friday. He requested to be with Young Thug while he's in jail so that the two can work on the case. And the judge said that he would talk to the sheriff to make it happen.
Madeline, thanks. Now, we are streaming every minute of the YSL trial for you on Atlanta News First Plus.
And I've been catching that and lead attorney, actually. Shout out to the lead attorney in AV. They have a very entertaining live, so definitely go subscribe to them. Like and subscribe to the lead attorney in AV over there. But yeah, I've been definitely following this week, especially because it got heated up. And I call bullshit. Because how dare you? And see, when this case first happened, I had covered it. I had covered the initial beginnings of it. But then I fell back on the whole thing because I knew it was going to be a very long process and a very long case. And I knew other things were going to be happening in between. I knew it was going to be a very pivotal point that we were going to have to pinpoint on. So I just watched from behind the scenes stuck my head in every now and then. Little things will happen. Mariah, the scientist, we comment on that. That happened. Her coming in and visiting, that happened. The apparent the allegations of the contraband and whatnot, that happened. But very interesting things started to actually happen also, which was the affiliates all started to all of a sudden come out with snitching allegations. And this YSL affiliate snitching, YSL affiliate snitching, YSL affiliate snitching, this one's snitching and that one's snitching. I'm like, wait a minute. Since when does everybody just start saying, all right, I'm gonna tell somebody I know? That was intriguing right there as it is. And I thought to myself, how many times do you even hear about that in the Fed with Fed cases? Not often. What are the chances? What are the chances that them doing all of this snitching is just to say that they don't know shit? What if all this snitching is just to confuse everybody? That's what I thought about. Main reason I thought about it is when I saw Mr. Woody here. Do y'all remember Woody's first motherfucking interrogation? Anybody remember when Woody first got interrogated? Well, not first got interrogated, but when he did his interrogation that was supposedly snitching on Young Thug, and then when everybody watched it, realized he didn't really say shit. Anybody remember that? And then lo and behold, I hear that Woody is now the star witness for the feds. So I said, wait a minute. If Woody didn't say shit in the interrogation, how is it he's the star witness? He never said nothing in the interrogation to begin with. Someone knocked on my door. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me play the interrogation for y'all real quick. Real quick.
Two Billboard-topping Atlanta-based rappers Young Thug and Gunna have been indicted in Georgia in a wide-ranging criminal investigation.
This is a murder that about to take place with some very bad people, and the stuff that I know right now, she'll be able to help me get out of my situation. I can tell y'all this much right here. I know people are gonna go do it. I can get the time when they gonna go do it, so y'all can catch them in the act.
This video contains the interview of a man who tries to use the knowledge of a potential murder as a bargaining chip in his own case. On October 27, 2021, rapper and convicted felon Lil Woody was pulled over for reckless driving. The car contained a gun belonging to his girlfriend, which meant he was immediately arrested since he was not allowed to have a weapon in his possession. In an effort to reduce his charges and to avoid jail time, Woody told the detectives that he had information about a murder that was planned for that same night. It involved fellow rapper Young Thug, who is facing charges including conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations, the RICO Act, and 2 counts of participation in criminal street gang activity. In addition to drug and weapons offenses, he was also accused of greenlighting a murder attempt on rap rival YFN Lucci, who was stabbed in jail in February 2022 after a bounty was placed on his head.
Okay, here's a concern. You have a lawyer, so we gotta make sure. I don't want to violate any of your rights. I don't want to do anything. Listen to me. Mr. Melnick's still your attorney, right? Because I was going to see you next week at your bond hearing. You know that, right? Did they tell you that?
You was. So it's gonna lock me up next week.
I'm going to testify in your bond hearing.
What you testify for?
I'm going to be testifying in your bond hearing. So I was going to see you next week.
You said my bond hearing?
Yeah.
How y'all gonna revoke my bond?
The attorney on the case is going to move to revoke your bond. So I'm going to see you next week at your bond hearing. But I have to see, I don't want to violate your rights, Mr. Melnick is your attorney. okay?
Yeah, I don't need my time right now.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
But what I'm saying is, okay, Investigator Flores that's gonna come in here, is probably he's probably the most down-to-earth, coolest one you're gonna get here, okay? So, I trust him with everything. That's the only really one I'm gonna work with. So, if you trust me, because you know I looked out how many, over the years, have made sure haven't I tried to talk some sense into you?
It's not serious about that.
What?
I'm not saying serious.
About serious about what? What you just said? What I'm saying, like, you know that I care about you. You know, listen to me. With your 2 daughters, remember I tried to get you some help?
The detective implies that Woody owes her his cooperation because of everything she has done for him. In truth, this type of leverage was the motivation for her help.
Like, it's been a long time with us. Like, I've never done anything like out of character. Like,
You won't even tell me what I'm here for.
I'm not. This is the APD thing. So what I'm saying.
Are you FBI now?
No, I work with I'm at the DA's office now. So an investigator in their gang unit.
You said you're an investigator?
At the DA's office, at the Fulton County District Attorney's office. I'm an investigator in their gang unit. So.
Long story short, this was one of many interrogations that Woody was doing, okay? But Woody had actually been snitching since 2015, actually. So this wasn't the first time he was in this room. And also, the main reason that they have him as a star witness is because, as you heard, he supposedly had information on Young Thug. But he actually didn't. In fact, he only said that he had information because he thought he was going to get some type of immunity. This whole interrogation, the lady was even telling him, we ain't going to play the whole thing. The whole time the lady's even telling him, like, hey, I can't promise you nothing. I can't promise you nothing. I can't promise you nothing.
Woody? Wait, listen to me. Unfortunately, there's a gun in that car.
A gun with her?
In your car. I did a search warrant for the vehicle, there's a gun in the car, and you had a magazine on you when they picked you up. Federally, they can charge you with the ammunition. Statewide, you're probably going to get charged with the gun.
I'm going to get charged with the gun?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no gun in that car.
There was a gun in the car.
Where y'all found the gun at?
I wasn't out there. There was a gun in the car, though. So what I'm saying is, so if you want to talk to us today, I cannot promise you anything. I can't make you any promises. Listen to me. I can't make you any promises. I can't offer you anything today. That's not what we can do. We cannot do that.
So I'm just talking y'all gonna go to jail and then y'all gonna decide what years later what.
No, I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is, today I cannot promise you anything. We can't promise. I can't. I'm not authorized to do that. He's not
so
authorized to do that.
Today, you saying I'm going to jail for this?
So basically, yeah, a little bullshit. What we can do is, if you do cooperate, we could talk to the DA and let them know you did cooperate.
Informing the DA that Woody was cooperative will do nothing to help his current case. All Woody is doing by volunteering information is wasting a potential bargaining chip he could use later.
In which he pretty much did. Because in court, Woody would be the most entertaining nigga I ever seen since the OJ trial. Because this nigga was hilarious up there. From the lady asking him, did you have hair on your head back then? What you mean by that? Then there was my hearing bad. My hearing bad. I don't remember what I said back then. My hearing bad. I don't remember what I said back then. This nigga was hilarious. And of course, the quintessential, I don't recall. I don't recall that. I don't recall that. Oh my goodness. We're going to watch some of this here. But Mr. YSL Woody testifying on the murder of Nut.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Mr. Copeland, I want to direct your attention to Saturday, January 10th, 2015, the night that Donovan Thomas was killed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Do you remember that day, the night that Donovan Thomas got killed?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you ever go to the police on either the night of or the early morning hours after Mr. Donovan Thomas got killed?
Objection. Asked and answered. Overruled, sir.
You can answer.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Okay. In the early morning hours after Donovan Thomas got killed, did you go to the police?
I think the police called me. Like,
Did you go down to the police department after the police called you?
I think.
All right. I want you to go back to that day before Donovan Thomas got killed. And I want you to tell the jurors what you remember about the day that Donovan Thomas got killed.
I got a call saying that I don't know how, I can't recall how it was it. I remember getting a call saying that I killed Nut.
That you killed him.
The word was, I got a call and people were saying that, am I okay? They saying I killed Nut.
So here's bring more context to this. So Nut is actually the gentleman that they said supposedly that Woody had killed, and the Hood was supposedly looking for him for the killing of Nut, right? Supposedly, even Thug had put out a hit on Woody for the killing of Nut. Allegedly. Okay? So, there's also this gentleman named Tay that was supposedly, allegedly, the shooter, but what was supposedly said back behind the scenes in the secret meeting was that he had confessed to killing Nut. So supposedly he had confessed to killing Nut in the secret meeting. Now he gets up on the stand saying, I don't recall that, and I just heard that they said that I killed Nut. So, playing the feds like a fiddle.
Oh, I'm going to send the objection.
Before you got a phone call, can you tell the jurors where you were that morning before you got the phone call saying that I killed Nut?
What you mean? Why was they morning?
Where were you that day? Do you remember that day? Were you at your girlfriend's house that morning?
Oh, yeah.
So tell the jurors what you remember about that entire day up until you got that phone call.
I was at my girl's house.
And what happened while you were at your girl's house?
Nothing.
All right. Did you ever leave? Let me ask you, what's your girlfriend's name?
I'm single.
Back in 2015, what was your girlfriend's name?
Do I have to answer that?
Yes.
Now, later on, he got super
Deshaun?
frustrated with these questions.
So,
Detective Stewart, that on
This
the
is where shit
Sunday
got
at
funny.
Cascade Skating Ring, that you got Thug on FaceTime so Kel and Thug could speak. Yes or no?
If Detective Thorpe said I told him that, I told him that.
Okay. Do you remember that happening?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember me and Shea Kelly ain't gonna talk.
All right. And then, do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, so him and Thug talked, and whatever was said with that, I don't know.
I probably told Detective Thorpe that.
And again, that was in your January 11, 2015 interview.
I guess.
Now, did you also tell Detective Thorpe about a shooting that occurred at a gambling house in Lakewood?
If that's what he said.
Do you recall a shooting at the gambling house in Lakewood? Do you recall a shooting at a gambling house in Lakewood?
No,
You do not?
I don't.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11, 2015 interview that there was a shooting over in Lakewood and that it was Kel and he was standing on top of a roof and shooting inside?
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember telling him that or you don't remember telling him that?
When Detective Thorpe questioned me about what happened, I thought I was in there about 5 minutes. I thought I walked in and walked back out. So I don't know what I don't told him. I can't remember what I don't told him.
So you say you don't remember telling him about what happened at?
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that. So can you start asking me what I supposed to told Detective Thorpe? Because I'm telling you now, if he said that I said anything about anything, I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
Great. Well, I'm going to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe about.
Now, the reason Woody started to get frustrated here was for the simple fact, and yes, there's gunshots going on the side. I apologize if y'all can hear that. But the reason why Woody was getting so upset about the questions was because he knew that he had told Detective Thorpe bullshit. He knew he had told all the investigators nothing but bullshit. So he's not even caring about the questions that's being asked him right now because he only told him that shit so he can try to get out of jail.
Did you also tell Detective Thorpe about the Friday before Nut was killed?
I guess.
Okay. On the Friday that Nut was killed, were you with Thug the Friday evening before Nut was killed?
No, you just said it earlier. Was I at the house? I said yes.
I'm talking about the Friday evening before Nut was killed.
I can't recall. I don't know what I don't told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, what do you remember yourself?
No, when I think back about 2015, all I remember was getting a call saying that Nut was killed and I was responsible for it. And the only thing besides that is people showing up at my folks' houses. Details about what happened, all this stuff been blanked out my mind. Like, it been blanked out my mind.
In that same January 11, 2000 interview, you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you were with Thug and you were at DJ Drama's studio.
I probably did.
Do you remember telling him or you don't recall telling him? I need to have it.
If Detective Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
And then after leaving the studio, that is when you went over to your girl's house, which would be Deshaun's house.
I guess.
When you just said yes, you kind of shrugged your shoulders. Why did you do that?
Overruled, sir.
Because you asked me questions.
Hold on, Mr.
He's ready to jump over that table.
Overruled, sir.
Why did you just shrug your shoulder?
Because they my shoulders.
Okay.
Because they my shoulders?
Was Kel the only person that you had problems with back in 2015?
I'll stand this form.
Let me ask you, did you have any issues with Nut in 2015?
He just laughed. So of course he has some type of situation with Nut allegedly, but he's not trying to even say anything now.
Why'd you chuckle?
Huh?
I asked you if you had any issues with Nut, and then you said, and you chuckled. Why?
Your Honor, there was a question posed. You can't ask another question. It's my objection.
Overrule, sir. Overrule. I'm going to overrule it, okay, for the time being. Sir, I've overruled your objection, okay?
So I'll ask you first, why did you chuckle when I asked the question?
I don't know.
Okay. So did you have an issue with Nut
He wanted to say, I ain't got to answer you, bitch. You just heard them.
in 2015?
I don't think I did.
All right. And did you tell the police that the only person you had a problem with was Kel?
Yes.
Now, after the murder of Donovan Thomas, did you try to call Bloody J?
That what I said?
I'm asking you, what do you remember?
I guess.
Do you remember or do you not remember?
What I'm trying to call Bloody J for?
So do you not remember calling Bloody J?
But what would I need to talk to him for?
So do you not remember calling Bloody J?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't recall.
All right. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11th interview that you called Bloody J on the phone?
Yes.
So why would you want to call Bloody J?
You need to tell me.
I'm not you, so why
I'm
would
saying, you know what I supposed to say?
I'm asking you now.
I don't know. I don't have a clue. Why would I want to call him?
Did you attempt to call anyone else the night that Donovan Thomas was murdered to tell them that you did not kill Donovan Thomas?
Say that again?
On January 10, 2015, did you attempt to call anyone who was affiliated with If Gang so that you can tell them that you did not kill Donovan?
I ain't doing no calling nobody.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe first that you tried to call Bloody J and that there was someone else that you could call, but it's no use?
Yes.
Now, do you remember Detective Thorpe asking you if you've ever been stopped in an Infinity before?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Do you remember Detective Thorpe asking you if you had ever been stopped in an Infinity before?
Your Honor.
Sure.
Can we be oriented to the date of this meeting?
Sure.
We're talking about the same January 11, 2015 interview.
I don't know what whatever you told me to say, I don't know.
Do you remember back on January 10, 2015, any cars following you home the night that Donovan Thomas was killed.
Can you say that again?
Sure. On the night that Donovan Thomas was killed, do you recall any cars following you home, specifically following you into Carver Homes?
I don't remember.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you were heading into Carver Home and you saw a little red Camaro following you inside of the apartment complex?
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember or do you not remember?
I told you already, I don't remember. You keep asking me.
So if you don't remember, just say you do not remember.
I object to this. You can't delegate the court to do that. I object to this type of question.
Well, Your Honor, I'll ask.
I'll sustain the question. I'll sustain you.
Your Honor, then I'll ask, you can instruct Mr. Copeland if he does not remember, just to say he does not remember.
What was so cool about this part was the fact that this is the Fed's star witness. And Steele is on the defendant's side, actually sticking up for Woody. Not even the plaintiff. The feds. The defendant is sticking up for Woody with the objections. That is what made this whole thing so interesting. And letting me know Thug had manipulated and figured out how to flip this on the feds. Because what would happen next is Woody would claim he didn't even know who shot him and his family.
Call
today,
telling your girlfriend
today, I think,
again when the two of you were alone in the room.
Let me pause this real quick. This one right here. Today, let me know Young Thug is coming home. Because if he ain't say who did the hit, he went blank on YFN Lucci. Didn't give him no information. We got to conclude this on Monday. The judge didn't show he fucked up. Thug is coming home, y'all. Trust me when I tell you.
No matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it. You recall having that conversation with your girlfriend?
Did you say it again?
Sure. Do you recall being alone in that same interview room with your girlfriend and you told her, no matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it?
On my child life, once again, on Izari life, I never seen no one face that was in that car shoot at me. At any time, if they got out the car, to this point, I never knew who shot at me. So when that detective was asking me, I just had to come up with something. I got no reason to lie about it. I didn't see nobody who shot at me. So y'all going back into interrogation when I'm telling you the truth. I don't know who shot at me. I have told them I didn't know. When they're going to keep asking me, make me know, okay, cool. I'm going to say, I'm done.
Do you recall being hesitant in the February 21st interview, and we're going to get to that interview with Detective Gaither, when she showed you a photographic lineup, and you actually eventually pointed Tay out of a photographic lineup?
Because I know Gaither. I mean, I know Gaither. I know they, I mean, she one of them people that she got it out for me, so I didn't care. I was just trying to get it out. I get them out for me and trying to convince her. And trying to convince her is very hard to do. So I had to go through with it. Even though in my heart, I knew that he didn't shoot at me, or he wouldn't have never shot at me.
The biggest pivotal point in the case, where Woody pretty much lets the feds know, I just told y'all that shit so y'all would give me immunity. Ha ha, the joke's on you.
And to be more clear on it, before I went back to jail the last time, I was right around him. So I would never be with nobody that I believe shot at me while I had my child.
Why did you say Tay did it versus anyone else?
First thing came to my mind.
Why was Tay the first person that came to your mind versus anyone else?
Because in the midst of trying to convince the police so they could leave me alone, I just got shot at. Only thing was in my mind was, get back.
Okay, but you had to beef with Kel. Why not say it was Kel?
Because I had to convince them. I gotta make it seem, if I say Kel shot me, they gonna, how you know? How Kel know where you stay at? So I gotta come up with something to make them know, okay, well, Tay been over here. You know what I mean? So, okay, Tay. I don't know, like. But listen, you keep asking me. I told you I don't know who shot at me.
Why would Gaither have it out for you?
That would be speculation, sir.
I sustain the objection.
Well, you said she had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
I'll let him answer that question. It's posed.
You said she had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
Because she was trying her best to get me. She was trying to catch me.
Didn't she advise you to leave town? But Your Honor, it's a contradiction of what?
Not a contradiction.
Hold on. That come from the interview. Where's that come from? Where's that statement come from?
His interview with her during the course of
the
the
interview. Reference that. I'll rule the objection.
In your February 21st interview with her, did she ask you to leave town, go somewhere else, Cobb County, Clayton County? Did she tell you to lay low so that you wouldn't get killed?
No, she was saying it because she's saying that my name was, she just said my name kept coming up a lot.
Right, so she did not want you to be harmed. So why would she have it out for you?
I sustain the objection. You can rephrase.
During the course of that interview, was she encouraging you to lay low? Do you recall her doing that?
I think she was I thought she was faking. So I don't know.
Outside of the interviews, would you talk to Gaither? Would you call Gaither on the phone?
No. The only time I talked to Gaither is when she called, but it was never about nothing in the streets or nothing.
Right, so...
It was, hey, Miss Copeland, your name involved in the shooting. We want you downtown. This only time she called me, hey, Miss Copeland, they say you shot up this person's house. We need you downtown. I don't recall me and her having no conversations about nothing.
When you were locked up, would you have your girlfriend call Detective Gaither for you so you can speak with her?
You heard where I was, right? Where was I? In jail?
So if she had it out for you, why are you trying to call Detective Gaither?
Because I'm trying to, all she got to do is give me the name. I'm going to try to convince her so she can get me out of jail.
And that right there was all I needed to hear from Woody. Young Thug is going home, y'all. Because I saw a smirk from the back of the court that I ain't seen the whole time he been there. He let out a real ear-to-ear smirk when Woody got in the court these past 2 days. Because he know that he going home. Now, another person that actually didn't get to even go to jail, fortunately, because the Supreme Court had actually stepped down themselves and said, hey, Judge, I don't know what the fuck you're doing over there, but Steele is not doing no jail time for him finding out that you had a secret meeting with the district attorney, okay? In fact, Steele will be in your courtroom tomorrow, and he has some words for you, as a matter of fact.
Okay. All right, Mr. Steele, do you have the raw file?
Judge Glanville.
Sir.
You allow another moment when Miss Love calls me that I did not do something. They have the exact image of what we got from the jail in Fayette County. That is it. And if I get another false allegation and you do nothing, I'm shocked. I'm appalled at you. I sit here day after day with this false allegation just machine. I gave the state everything. There's been no disconstruction. There's been no purposeful, I don't care. I give over everything. I've done this for 33 years. Never in my life have I seen a trial. I've done 300 appeals in the state of Georgia alone. I've never read a case like this. Judge, I gave them everything I had. I waited. I was at my office till 8, after 8 last night. I waited for their investigator to come by. I handed him an exact copy of thumb drive.
Steele is invited to the barbecue. Let me just say that. Steele is invited to the barbecue. Okay? Steele has done nothing but stand up for Mr. Thug this entire time and stood up for nothing but the justice of the court. When you have a lawyer that is willing to go to jail with you and say, hey, lock me up with my client so we can go over this case, that's a real nigga award, okay? Steele gets a real nigga award for that. And furthermore, the way he's been standing up in this court for the justice of this shit, Thug better go home just on Steele alone.
They have everything that we got from the Fayette County Jail. There's been no deconstruction. There's been no purposeful exclusion. This is not the first time. Okay. And I apologize that I'm getting tempered, but I've never been treated like this. You talk about professionalism every week. Professionalism is lacking with one lawyer here. It has never been. I don't even like coming to court. I used to love this. I would die for what we do. I used to say, I'm dying. I would die. I couldn't choose a better profession. If I had litigated with Miss Love, I would.
Your Honor, could we strike the ad hominem attack?
No, I'm speaking.
Really, could we strike that?
Okay, hey, everybody, calm down. Everybody, both of you sit. Both of you, please be seated.
Judge, I'm not.
Both
done.
of you, please be seated.
You have to do something. You have threatened me with contempt. You have threatened me with jail. If you go back in time, we can just start in voir dire. Jury after jury, you did individual voir dire painfully. Miss Love would come in and say that juror was crying. It was not true. You would say, that's not my recollection after I said it. You did nothing. We start the case.
Mr. Steele.
I asked you, please.
Mr. Steele.
Please, how would you feel if you were being treated
Mr.
like
Steele.
this?
Mr. Steele.
I'd like to finish.
Mr. Steele.
I gave them everything on that drive, and it's continual abuse of a prosecutor, of another member of the bar. I don't talk with Miss Love. And that's fine. I like that. But Judge, I'm not going to stand here anymore. I don't care. You can take my bar card.
Mr. Steele, listen.
My man said, I don't care. You could take my bar card, damn it. Y'all gonna stop treating me like this. I ain't gonna stand for this shit.
Wrong, though.
But they're...
And
y'all ain't gonna keep interrupting
me. This is an innocent man. You talk about, Miss Love said there's a man in the Fulton County Jail who shouldn't be there, Mr. Copeland. Mr. Williams shouldn't be in custody. But he's been charged, and we come here for a fair trial. It's been everything but that, according to Miss Love has tried to demonize me. At times, Mr. Adams. At times, Mr. Shaw.
I object to
now
the ad hominem attacks, and I ask
all because she wants to win the case. And now she speaks over people. It's not right. I gave them everything. And by the way, and what I want to tell you, by the way, it's not even the law. If they call that gentleman on direct, I don't have to give them anything before trial. I do it because you asked me to. You said, listen, we got a big case. It's going to take a long time. Give them things. I gave this, by this way, to the state October of 2023. October 2023, that was uploaded, given to the state. I hear about it now, and I wait there, and I give them the exact duplicate of what we have. And now there's a false allegation of misconduct. And what I'm telling the court is what I said again. I do not appreciate it. And you have told it in front of the jury that I'm unprofessional. You were wrong. You based that on Miss Love's false representation.
Your Honor, again, the ad hominem attacks, Your Honor. I object, and he should stop talking when I object.
Try to silence me. I will not be silenced.
But Mr. Steele, here's the thing, okay? I think that...
I started to name the pod that shit. I will not be silenced, damn it. Steele said, I will not be silenced. Y'all ain't gonna keep interrupting me. I'm gonna get my shit off, damn it. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna keep getting my shit off.
Mr. Steele, please be quiet at this point in time.
The judge cannot hold Mr. Steele. That's what I'm talking about, Steele. Get your shit off, brother.
You made your point. You made your point at this point in time. Both of you, please be seated. Please be seated, sir. Sir, please be seated.
Whatever you do is fine, but I care about Jeffrey Williams. It's the best here.
Sir, it's obvious. I would expect no less because you're his advocate, you're his champion. But could you all please sit down so I can kind of figure out a solution for this? All right. First, let me just kind of address the obvious. I know that at times tempers have been heated in this particular trial, and they continue to do so. And I know that all of you are being zealous advocates and representing your clients to the best of your ability with zeal and rigor. However, I agree that, there should not be ad hominem attacks on anybody or any counsel, and that you all should think and reflect about what you say about your brothers and sisters of the bar. Because we have a large contingent of folks that watch this trial, and so not only for the purposes of this, but it sends not the message I think you want it to send. All right, so I'm going to leave you all to your wise discretion in order to do that, but and I'll take up whatever I need to take up as I see fit. But I know that you all. This has been a long trial. It's very demanding, exacting, and grating on and tiring on all of you. So I ask you to just take a couple deep breaths and step back and see and kind of look at and just remember that you do represent of who you represent and what you're here for.
And this wouldn't be the first time that Steele would go off on the judge. In fact, he would go off and say, this shit is communist Russia, the way y'all treating Woody.
I would like the court to look into the appropriateness, Mr. Copeland, to my observations around your courtroom, outside your courtroom on breaks, is surrounded by several members of law enforcement with the district attorney's office and prosecutors, potentially other persons. I don't know why a sitting witness under oath is in a room with prosecutors during breaks, mornings, afternoons. It's totally inappropriate. There are people who are in your court's door. There's a double door where the court sits to its right that aligns with the witness chair. And I noticed people standing there in law enforcement while Mr. Copeland is testifying. He's making eye contact with them. I don't know if they're his brother. My point to you is this. What gives anybody the right to surround a witness, he's not in custody, and bring a witness? I'm sure Mr. Copeland didn't say to the prosecutors, I don't know this, Your Honor, so if you think I'm wrong, then just strike it from your memory. But I'm sure he didn't say, hey, you guys want to hang out in this room a little while? So I believe that he is being led on a tether by the prosecutors, and it is coercion. It is inappropriate. And why would anybody not be recording everything he said? And why do I have to get it in drips and drabs? So I am objecting to the tactics of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and whomever else they may have employed with a citizen, regardless of what the court may think of him or the prosecutors think.
I don't have any thoughts. So please don't put that in. Please don't put that in in the ether. Okay, but that's what you just said, sir.
Ether is
okay.
Clear. The court wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it either. So why is it happening?
So I have no interest other than I'm a referee.
Well, you're the referee who spoke with the witness without my presence.
Mr. Steele, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Well,
okay?
my point is, how is he being treated here? And why don't I have all this? And why is this going on? What an unfair trial for Mr. Williams. Think about it. If you were accused, Your Honor, and the judge met with this witness, with the prosecutor, and you sat next to me and Mr. Adams, you would say to us, what kind of case is this? Now he's being surrounded with all this law enforcement. My point is,
Your Honor, we're going to object that this.
I'm not going to be interrupted.
Mr. Steele, hold on. No, but you're Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele?
Yes, sir. What?
Okay.
I want to finish. I'm making a record for the court to understand.
Well, Mr. Steele,
I've never been interrupted in a court except for this one. You allow.
Well, you know, but the challenge is in this point in time is that some of the things that you have said at certain points in time are not appropriate.
It's not true.
Okay, well that's the court's. The
court is wrong.
Well, you know, you have, everybody has an opinion, and it can certainly be reviewed at the appropriate time. But finish up so you can go ahead and make your record.
Interrupt anymore about prosecutor or anyone. This is a record. This is important.
Okay, but it's your allegation and assertion, sir. Okay, so, well, we don't know that. We don't know whether or not they're true.
Going on. Every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of court, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor tell you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why?
Okay.
Why do I have to bring it up? You should be bringing it up. This is crazy. This is like communist Russia. Mr. Williams is having the worst trial. So I'm moving again to stop intimidating the witness by the prosecution, leave people alone, and stop accusing. You've allowed the prosecutor Love to accuse me of misconduct.
Oh, but you've...
And see, that's another thing, too. That's why they're trying to get the mistrial going on. They're trying to get the mistrial, number one, because of that secret meeting that happened. And now the Supreme Court has stepped in to even get Steele off of the of his being held in contempt. The Supreme Court has stepped in and saw this. The judge is not looking too good right now in the court of law, period. The judge knows he's fucked up. That's another reason why he's been even allowing Steele to go off the way he's been going off. Because he knows Steele is right. He knows Steele has been seeing all the incorrupt justice that is happening. The whole system is corrupt. It's very incorrect what is happening to Young Thug. Number one, because he has been charged for just his lyrics. It's just the lyrics at the end of the day. We have to always put that into context. Thug is in court right now based upon his lyrics in records that they have now accused him of being behind murders in Atlanta. So let's also keep that in mind here. This whole trial that is on day 93, I think now, either 92 or 93, spent millions of dollars for the state of Atlanta about a man's lyrics. And the judge is not looking too good right now with his tactics as far as trying to take down Mr. Young Thug. And his attorney, Steele, is not standing for it.
You've also accused her of hold on. You have accused her of misconduct as well. And remember what I told you about your professional responsibility. Remember what I told you about your, and she's going to take me down as opposed to you. So when I start talking, stop talking, please. Okay? I'll let you complete your record. Okay?
I understand the one party talking. I got it.
All right. Okay. All right. So I told you, several times before, I told you and your colleagues, remember your professional responsibility. And let's not make this an ad hominem issue. I don't believe that either one of you are trying to do anything that would subvert your ability to practice law. So, but.
Ms. Love has intentionally lied to the court numerous cases. You do nothing.
Hold on. Let him finish. See, this is Mr. Steele. This is exactly what I'm saying. You cannot. It is not a good idea to state that your brethren across the bar are lying, okay? At any time or any way.
I don't like doing
Okay, but don't. So don't. But don't because you don't have any proof. If you have proof of it, then if you have proof, there's a mechanism in law and under the rules for you to submit that question to the Office of General Counsel and for an investigation to occur. But please stop, both of you. I told both of you earlier, stop making these ad hominem attacks toward one another. Okay?
Everyone gets attacked. You say nothing.
Well, okay, but I've said something. You're going back to stuff that's happened in the past. So while I'm trying to deal with things that are current. So I told you all most recently, as of about a week or so ago, to stop all this. Remember I told you the world's watching you? They are. So please don't from this point on, do not accuse each other of anything. If you want to go ahead and do it, there's a proper way to do it, but don't bring it up in front of me. Okay?
I'm just making a point that this has been going on and it's abusive. That is my point.
That's your assertion, sir, as a lawyer, okay? And maybe your frustration with everything. Like I told you, this trial's gone a long time. There's a lot of wear and tear, but everybody's got to rise above and be a professional advocate. That's what the system demands of you.
I'm not worn or torn. I am here to tell the court that from a objective, casual observer, could see what's going on here. It's inappropriate.
Okay. At the end of the day, I understand your concern that you have now shared with the court. Okay. All right. State, do you want to respond?
Your Honor, I just ask that the court strike the portions of Mr. Steele's, whatever that was, to the court regarding personal and ad hominem attacks on members of the state's team. Ms. Hilton will address the merits of the initial argument that Mr. Steele made. But as to personal attacks on members of the state's team, we'd ask that assertions that specific people have lied, that is disrespectful, that is unprofessional, and not one time has any such statement been made by any member of this team about anyone else.
Oh, I think, Ms. Love, in the past, you've made some statements.
I have never said
me.
anyone lied.
You've made some statements about Mr. Steele and about, well, just let me finish. I'm not done. All right. And about several others of your colleagues. I mean, and it may have been the heat of discussion and everything else. Like I said earlier, there's enough blame to go around for everybody. All right. So, but can we kind of stop that and draw things kind of forward? I've had 2 or 3 conversations with everyone about their obligations as professional advocates under the rules. Okay.
So needless to say, the judge had enough, but Steele had enough. Steele had enough with the bullshit at that point. He was done with everything. Like, look, y'all gonna stop treating Woody like this? Y'all gonna stop treating me like this? Y'all gonna stop treating Thug like this? Goddammit! I'm tired of this shit. I am tired of this shit. This is like communist Russia in this motherfucker. What are y'all doing? Y'all having secret meetings? Y'all treating the witness like he a damn target in the court? Y'all treating the witness like he a target. Bad enough he gotta deal with the people at home. Now he gotta do with the system targeting him? What is going on in here? What is going on in here? Dog is up for trial. Now, Woody. Why is he up there getting interrogated the way he getting interrogated? That is what Steele was talking about. Why is he up there with motherfuckers in the back looking at him? The fucking a district attorney, and you have the other attorney right there is questioning him the way she's questioning him. He's like, what is going on in this courtroom right now? The man already done told you he confessed to a murder. Why haven't you presented that yet? Why haven't you presented that shit yet? You ain't present none. You ain't just talk. Look, you said this in the back. You said all this in the back. I heard it. The judge ain't even say shit. That is what Steele is fed up about. Like, all this other circus bullshit y'all got going on right now. Steele said, I've been doing this shit for 30 damn years. I ain't never seen no bullshit like this happening ever in the history of my practices of law. My goodness. But that's why I said it has become a complete shit show this week. And I was fully entertained front row. I was fully entertained by Mr. YSL Woody. And Steele like I said, Steele is invited to the damn barbecue. Steele is invited to the barbecue. And I guess next time y'all niggas see me, we're gonna discuss Mr. Kanye. We're gonna discuss Mr. Kanye West and his sexual assault allegations. Apparently, until next time.
You never said what you want from me. You overcomplicated everything. So the best of you, but I'm not naive. Thought maybe we'd help your self-esteem. You only come around when you want something from me. You weren't the one I prayed for. If I knew this wasn't you were gonna be, I wouldn't have stayed so long. I got my ex crying cause he not with me. He said he can't stop thinking about me. Obviously, boy, you did it to yourself, only thinking